Now, wheel landing is a technique used by tail dragger pilots to land only on the main wheels before letting the tail wheel come down for full stop. This requires you to flare at a level or slightly tail-low attitude. By doing this, you'll have a near zero descent rate, so as the wheels touch, push the stick slightly forward or neutral to pin the wheels on the runway. Then set power to idle, allow the tail wheel to settle on the runway, and pull the stick back to hold the tail down until you're at a full stop. For a wheel landing, I'll make a shallower approach with the same aiming point of the runway numbers. Now as we're approaching the numbers, I'll do the round out and flare ever so slightly in order to get the descent rate near zero. So as the wheels touch the ground, I add the forward pressure and reduce power to idle. And then I allow the tail wheel to settle on the runway, at which point I hold full back pressure to keep the tail wheel down until we reach to a full stop. From external view, we'll get a better look at how the attitude looks during the round out, flare and touchdown. So coming into the aiming point like normal, we round out. Now as the airplane gets closer to the runway, add a little bit of a flare to reduce the descent rate. Wheels touch, add the forward pressure, reduce the power to idle, and then the tail wheel will settle on the runway. At that point you can apply brakes and come to a full stop. Next we'll look at how to do a wheel landing using maximum braking for a short field approach. Again, the same principle applies with a shallow approach towards our aiming point. Now as we come in, we do the round out, bring the plane level, get the descent rate near zero. Now as we touch down, we pin the wheels with the forward stick and we start applying brakes. And this will shift the momentum towards the front of the airplane and will actually keep the tail wheel up a lot longer. But then once the tail wheel settles, you do the full back pressure and then keep applying the braking to come to a full stop in a short distance. So we can check this out from external view and see the differences. So it's just like normal, everything you've seen before. And then as we come in, get that flare, pin the wheels to the runway. And as we're applying the braking, you can see the momentum shifting to the front of the airplane. That's keeping the tail wheel up for a lot longer. As the tail wheel comes down, we apply the back pressure and come to a full stop. Be very careful when using the brakes in this method, because if you use the brakes too hard, you'll nose over and cause a prop strike.